Hey guys, and welcome back to round 13 of our F1 2010 career mode. Today we head to Belgium for the Belgian Grand Prix at Spa. Last time out at Hungary, we were back in the points. Our poor little Lotus back of grid, back marker. I don't think so. We've now scored 38 points. We've had some contract offers as of last time out. Force India really interested. I think Virgin offered us a contract as well to replace Lucas Di Grassi, which is quite funny considering the amount of times we've had run-ins with Di Grassi so far this year. Before we get into this one, make sure to give the video a like and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Let's check out the championship standings going into this round. So Webber won again in Hungary and he has a 50 points lead, and I think there's 6 races to go. So he's not wrapped it up yet, but he's certainly by far the favourite for this championship now. Then it's the two McLaren boys. The biggest shock of the season so far is firstly Massa being ahead of Alonso, and secondly Vettel being so far down. Like I just said, we have 38 points to our name, just behind our rival Adrian Sutil, battling for a top 10 finish in the championship this season. Red Bull almost breaking 300 points en route to potentially their first ever Constructors' World Championship. Let's get into the race weekend. AI difficulty going back up to professional, and we'll do one lap in qualifying just to meet the objective. But I can change it to long race weekend, so I can just do the one lap in qualifying 1 and keep the race distance as 50%. Quali objective, finish 15th. I see. Okay, maybe we need to do Q1 and Q2 and finish 12th in the race. We have a 1% chance of rain in Q1. Just the 1%. Alguersuari just parking it on the apex of Blanchimont on my qualifying lap. Cheers, mate. My lap in Q1 done. It's a 151.6. We got through Q1. We need 15th or higher, so I'm going to do a lap in Q2 as well. Oh, and it's raining. Just happened to start raining. So let's ride on board with James Early. Speaking is difficult sometimes. Tell you what I did this morning. I think I'm absolutely losing my marbles. So I was making a coffee. I was making cereal. And I boiled the kettle with water to put in the coffee. I picked up the kettle that was just freshly boiled and started pouring it on top of my cereal. Oh dear. I think it's all going wrong for me. Let's put that embarrassment behind me with a good lap here in Q2. We need 15th or above. Heading down towards turn 1. Slamming on the brakes. There's Petrov in front of me. Just about kissing the apex of turn 1. And we head downhill towards the legendary Eau Rouge Spa Radion thing. Eau Rouge Radion, that's it. Spa is the location of the whole place. Up we go though, in 7th gear, onto the Kemmel Straight, where we've seen legendary battles such as Hakkinen versus Schumacher when they were lapping Riccardo Zonta, or "Here comes Sebastian Vettel," David Croft's most known quote, I suppose. David Croft is an interesting commentator. He says some good things. He says some really enticing commentary lines, and then sometimes he just gets drivers wrong. He gets drivers wrong a lot. He used to do it more. He does it less nowadays. He's matured with age. Anyway, I'm just on a rant about David Croft as we're deep in the middle sector here at Spa, heading towards Pouan, which is on the funniest side of names for corners on the F1 calendar. A very fast corner as well. Giovinazzi crashed there late on in, I believe it's 2020 Belgian Grand Prix. Maybe 2019. As we're approaching the start of the final sector. I've not been too aggressive with the curbs. Not just because the conditions are tricky, but because the auto spin curbs on this game are pretty extreme. As we are now in the 3rd sector. It favours a lot of straight line speed with the 1st and 3rd sectors. With the middle sector being a lot more technical, where downforce is more required. Through Blanchimont, where Max Verstappen got Overtake of the Year at the FIA Prize Giving Awards back in 2015. They're going around the outside of Felipe Nasser in his Toro Rosso, as I've gone completely off the circuit and ruined the lap right at the end. Final corner, down towards the line. I did say I'd only give myself one lap, so let's hope it's good enough. Ah, yes. Great F1 2010 AI. Even with the mistake, I am 4 seconds quicker than anybody else. Let's get into the race. We got a slight chance of rain, 28% chance of rain here. Alonso on pole position. We don't often see that. And Vettel in 2nd place. The 2 underperformers of the year, 1st and 2nd. Hamilton 3rd. Championship leader Mark Webber in 4th place. Kubica up in 7th. I'm starting 10th. I did not take part in the last qualifying session. My teammate Yana Trulli in 21st place and my rival Adrian Suttle down in 19th. Let's have a look at the strategy for today's race. We're starting on the option tyres. If it stays dry, we'll go to the prime tyres on lap 8. It's always a fun race, Spa, but it's also quite tricky. 22 laps ahead of us. Let's get into the Belgian Grand Prix. Fernando Alonso pole position. James Early lining up in 10th place. Rival Suttle in 19th and his teammate even further back in 21st. His points on the card again. Let's have a look. We are on the grid behind the two Mercedes. The lights appearing in the distance. The 2010 Belgian Grand Prix is underway. It's a short run down to La Source, the first corner, the right-hand hairpin. We're pinned to the inside. There's Alguersuari around my outside. Hamilton running wide. He's already down to 6th, 7th, 8th place. Terrible start for Lewis Hamilton as we're down outside the points now in 11th. Alguersuari making good moves. And who's that? De La Rosa. Super brave from the BMW Sauber. Overtaking me up through Eau Rouge. I'm getting dropped by these guys ahead. 12th place, so I've already lost 2 positions off the start. It's super dark out here, which indicates maybe there is that rain in the air. Overcast conditions. Braking at the end of the Kemmel Straight for the first time in this 22-lap race. Downhill we go to the outside of De La Rosa.
Careful when you try the overtake. Watch.
Oh boy. Oh boy, almost crashing into Rosberg here. That's where we went wide in qualifying. Braking for the bus stop. But lap 1 complete. I see a Renault. I think it's Petrov up ahead. No, it's got to be Kubica. Going real aggressive. Whoa. Oh, I get a warning for that. De La Rosa did the exact same thing in front of me. Oh, somebody had a spin. It's Rosberg. Free position for me, thank you. Free 2 positions for me. We're up into the points, back where I started. I think it's raining, but it's really hard to tell. I can't actually see the rain, but every time I brake, it's almost like I'm going through a puddle. Maybe that's just me locking up. No, it's definitely, it must be raining, yeah. Even on the straight, it's kicking up like dust. Is that just my car? I don't know what this graphical feature is, but it looks like I'm just going through loads of spray and nobody else is going through it. I see drops of rain on the camera now, or on the screen at least. So it definitely is raining. Why am I the only one kicking up spray though? Oh no. Oh, that's not good. Oh my gosh.
Okay, looks like you've picked up a puncture on the rear.
We've got a double puncture. Well, that's not good at all, is it?
You've taken a bit of damage to your diffuser.
Oh dear.
You're just gonna have to cope with a decreased air roll.
Right, well, we boxed this lap. Look at the speed I'm reaching with double punctures. We're going almost north of 300 Ks. In fact, it doesn't really change anything. The car still feels pretty much the same. I assume it's still... Yeah, okay, we do need to pit, definitely. I'll still pit. Oh dear, look at that. What a mess that is. A couple other drivers in the pits. Oh, they're going on to the intermediates. Intermediates. Is that correct? Oh, I bloody hope that's correct. Have I gone on the wrong tyres? Has it stopped raining? I don't know. I can't get that final chicane right at all. I think we're on the correct tyres. But it's at the crossover point. The conditions might be worse for me than they are for the AIs. No, I'm losing seconds to seconds per lap to Glock. I don't really know what's going on. Whether that's down to the tyres or not. We're ahead of Kubica. I'm not last. Kubica might be out the race. My teammate Yana Trulli is up in 11th place. Adrian Suttle, my rival, who started in... 19th, is in 4th place. And I'm down in 23rd. Maybe it's a switchover point now. I think I'm gaining on Glock. And Vettel, I gained 9 seconds on that lap. He must be in the pits. Yana Trulli is now 22nd. He just came out the pits. I think everybody has been into the pits now. I'm still miles behind. Oh, yellows. Okay. Nice. For some reason, I thought it would give me a penalty for that, but it didn't. Glock in front of me, he must have damage. He's going real slow. Is he on the wrong tyres? Is he still on the... He's still on option tyres. What's he doing? What is going on? Now I'm catching the next 3 cars, so I assume we're on dry tyres. Finally, my strategy is paying off. Let's see. One of the Force Indias. See you, mate. Augusmari. Goodbye. Della Rosa, just stationary. Up to 16th. Oh, 2 of them have just retired at the final corner. I just seen on the mini-map. Oh my gosh. Come on. Focus. Focus, James. Come on. Apparently the track is drying out, so we'll switch back to the primes soon. My front left is kind of worn. So maybe it's timed it perfectly, really. On to lap 13 out of 22. I'm catching these guys in front pretty quickly. Don't know how long the track's going to stay in these conditions. It says it's drying out. Yeah, hello. Somebody's off. Who's that? It's Degrassi facing the wrong way. Nice. Any pit stop we make now onto the dries, I can put the options back on. We only have, I think, 8 laps to go. Gonna crank the engine up into rich mix for the rest of the race. See what we can achieve from this position. Oh, we're going wide again. Fantastic. No, it's not drying out as much as I thought it would. The tyres are really starting to go off now. In fact, I'm not even catching Kobayashi at this point. Okay, saying that, we are catching now. I think it was just a bit of the classic rubber banding from the AI. 4 seconds to Kobayashi. We've got 5 laps to go. Actually, we've got 6 laps to go. No. Saved. Saved it. Oh my gosh. Right, keep going. Here we go then. This is one hell of a train. And it will shoot me right up into the points if I can navigate my way through it. Yano into the pits. I'm guessing he's putting on the dries. Is it worth me pitting for the dries? I don't know. The tyres are pretty destroyed. But after this lap, there'll only be 4 laps to go. Probably not worth it, is it? I reckon some of these might pit this lap. Okay, look to the inside of Kobayashi. And to the inside of Barrichello. Did not mean to do that. Let's hope he's not pitting. Yeah, loads of drivers in. He's on the dries already. He never went on to the intermediates. What? They look like the dries to me. Unless I'm seeing things. Yeah, I think they are. And he's fighting me back as well. Down towards Eau Rouge. This could be one hell of a move for Barrichello. I'm going to keep my nose in there.
Keep on him. He might make a mistake.
Oh! If the physics were even slightly realistic, Barrichello would have been dead. Well, we're up into 9th place. But now I feel like I'm on the wrong tyre. I find it hard to believe that they never pit for the intermediates. Considering the conditions, it actually got pretty bad at one point. They're all diving into the pits. Maybe they were on the wets. I'm just staying out. We've got 3 laps to go. There is no point in me pitting now. I'm going to be up into the top 5. Oh, look at the tyres. Look at those tyres. Hopefully, we don't get another puncture. I think for these final 2 laps, I'll be the head of a very long train. Everybody's catching up to me pretty quickly. As long as I stick to the racing line, what can they really do? The AI aren't going to go for any stupid moves. They never do. 2 laps to go. Come on. We've got this. Trulli should have stayed out with me. He would have been in maybe 8th place right now. All 4 tyres are severely worn. Okay, I've just got to hold on for one more lap to claim yet another.
Don't think about losing that position. Think about how to get it
Another
back.
top 5. I mean, there's no stopping that. Wait, what? Surely that was illegal. It was well off the circuit, firstly. Okay, let's hold on for 6th place. Sebastian Vettel wins the race. Incredible from Vettel. That's his 2nd or even 3rd victory of the year. Front left tyre is about to pop. I've just got a few corners left to go to hold on to a famous P6. I thought this would have been the worst race ever after our earlier incident, but it's turned out to be a real good race. Oh, they've hit me. One of them's just crashed into me and retired from the race, I think. No, they're still in the race. Out of the final corner for the final time. We are going to finish in 6th place. What a result that is. It's a Red Bull 1-2. Webber extends his championship lead with that result. Button on the podium. Alonso Rosberg complete the top 5 early with that very weird one-stop strategy. Never switching back to the dries. It worked out in the end. 6th place ahead of Petrov, Schumacher, Suttel and Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg was in 7th. He crashed into me at the final chicane. Who else did we got? My teammate, Jarno Trulli. 18th place. I don't know how he lost that much time in the last few laps. Before he pits for the dries, he was 7 seconds behind me. And at the end, he finishes, 30-something seconds behind me. Pretty incredible. 3 DNFs, Liutzi, Chandok, and Kubica. So Mark Webber, he's now got a 59-point lead in the championship with 5 races to go. That's incredible from Webber. Button in second ahead of Hamilton. Vettel now ahead of Felipe Massa. And my result brings me up into the top 10. We've done it. 10th place ahead of my rival Adrian Sutter. Red Bull really taking control of things at the top there. 335 points to McLaren's 283. And Lotus up into 8th place. Now challenging the likes of Williams and Force India. Level 11 reputation, which is really good. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Now HRT want to offer me 6 million a year to be teammates with Bruno Senna. No, thank you. And Renault are now showing interest. And so I think these contract offers stay on the table anywhere between 2 and 4 race weekends. I mean, if we could hold out for that Renault offer, if they will offer, I think that's worth it. Force India, they do have that contract on the table. Is it worth just accepting? I don't know. I think we can get a higher place on the grid for next year. There we have it, guys. That is the end of yet another episode of this career mode. And what a race it was. Back-to-back points now in Hungary and Belgium. How long can we keep this form up? Hopefully we get some interest from some of the top teams before this season ends. Renault now showing a little bit of intrigue in James Early, the rookie. If you enjoyed that video, make sure to give it a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.